Man, jeez. This podcast getting old as hell. Episode 60 in the building, bro. That's disgusting to look at. I hope you guys know it's actually low. It's a little bit disgusting to look at. Just 60 episodes. That's why. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 60 of No Cooldown podcast. I am that man, Tripp. Doing what I can to survive in this digital world without digital monsters, man. This is some bullshit. But anyways, we're doing real good. Hope all of you are doing very, very well. I'm here with my podcast partners in crime. First and foremost, mans who is literally about to become an Instagram star by talking shit to people on Instagram Reels. King VIII is in the building. What's popping, dog?
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Word. And my other podcast partner in crime, aka new affiliated, the Big Blood. You know what I'm saying? Talk to him nice. Yeah. Talk to him nice. He's ready to throw up them bees and just say when Easy is in the building. He is here. What's going on?
I'm chilling. I'm very much not gang affiliated. Please do not jump me. I just like the color red.
Oh my goodness, bro. Listen, that's brazy. That's brazy, man. That's all I'm saying. Oh, shoot, man. Oh my goodness, that's too funny, bro. But make sure you guys rate this podcast 5 stars. Go on all your audio podcast platforms, all the Spotify's, Apple Podcasts. Make sure you type in No Cooldown. Will be right there and rate us 5 stars. You can also check us out on Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, our Anchor link, which is now was it Spotify for podcast. It should be that changed to that now. So check us out there, as well as video version on youtube.com/@NoCooldown with brand new videos coming damn near every day, shorts as well. So content is flowing beautifully on that side. So make sure you do not miss out. Now we got a few stories to run through today. Without further ado, we can get right into it. Y'all ready?
Yes, sir. Yep.
All right, man. Before we really get into all the rest of the other stories here and there, we just want to send, you know what I'm saying, heartfelt rest in peace to the legend, Concierge Sharon at the Continental, Commander Zavala from Destiny, Cedric Daniels from The Wire, the legend known as Lance Reddick. My man was 60 before he passed this week. Entertained so many people over the years with his work, man. Just wanted to send a heartfelt rest in peace to him. Like, this was a shock to me. I just wanted to do it real quick, but this guy was literally one of the most entertaining people I've seen. Like, and it was funny to me when I seen him in shows like The Wire, and then I was like, dang, bro, he's killing all these serious roles. And then I see him come on Eric Andre and do some wild ass shit. And I was like, this dude was so entertaining. I can only imagine how much of a joy he was to work around, and his favorite word was titty. It's like, that's a legend, bro. That's a legend. So again, like, he's just such a dope presence that I'm glad we all got to experience in one form or another, where you saw him from, you know, video games or movies or TV. I'm glad he at least graced all those mediums and you know, again, entertained people in all over the world. So, you know, glad he was with us, you know what I'm saying, when he was with us, and the impact that he had. So rip to Lance Reddick for real.
Yeah. Till this day, me and my boys always try to give our best Commanders of Valor impression. Mm-hmm. We would always, like, in Destiny, like, while we were loading in, just like laughing, because it was just such a powerful voice. He was such an amazing character. As a big Destiny fan, like, words can't even describe how much at a loss we are. But I'm you have to be thankful for the time that he was here, exactly like Tripp said. And it's like one of those things where I'm sad to see them go. I'm happy that I was able to experience their great work and to be a part of, like, their lives in some way, and their lives touching me in some way.
100%. Yeah. I was about to say, all right, we can keep it moving with all this other stuff that we got this week. So, Tears of the Kingdom is due to release soon, probably again like in May at some point, and the collector's edition is going to be a hot ticket for, you know, anybody is going to be looking for Legend of Zelda stuff. It's probably going to sell like hot cakes. And for the Japanese version, it looks like the pre-order bonus, in addition to the steel book and the art book and all that stuff, is going to be a spoon and a fork with like the Legend of Zelda engraving, just a spoon and a fork. How y'all feel about this incentive for pre-ordering Tears of the Kingdom?
What incentive? Spoon and a fucking fork. Yeah, man.
That's
They're sending you a spoon and the
insane.
fork so that at some point you can be eating like Nintendo is eating
I'm
because
dead.
this is gonna sell out. People are gonna have it in their collector's bin. It's gonna be nuts. I don't think I'm gonna buy this at all. I actually don't even think I'm getting the physical version too. Like it's sure. I'm sure there's somebody eating cereal, right? Or who eats cereal who's like, oh man, I cannot wait to drop $100 on this spoon fork, this cutlery set.
Honestly, I don't put it past several Nintendo fans that they eat cereal with their hands and then this is gonna like change their lives. Like, yo, what the fuck? We needed this. We
Jesus.
needed this. This is the one, guys. This is the one right here. Like,
Oh my
man,
god, I'm looking at it now. It's literally just says The Legend of Zelda. I
it
could have
has
did this.
nothing.
I thought it was way
No.
harder than it's no. Listen, his ass.
This joint literally is like if you go on Amazon and look up Legend of Zelda Fork and Spoon, you could probably find something similar to this for a quarter of the price. Like,
You can
guys,
find this on
Honestly, bro.
Etsy.
like dead ass, you could get an Etsy version of this for free, like damn near for free, damn near. Just pay shipping and handling, you be alright. Like this is crazy, bro. Nintendo finna make a killing off everybody, and you gotta pay $70 for the base.
I'm pretty solid off of this.
I'm straight, bro. I need my allegedly my piracy people to step up to the plate here. We need justice. This is bullshit.
Bro say we need justice.
Tripp's gonna be the first man to pirate a spoon. It's gonna be insane.
In the streets for the freedom. Oh, dead. All right, man. Moving down to the next story here. Ubisoft dropped a video this week on how they're developing something called Ubisoft Ghostwriter AI, which will allow for assistance with NPC barks or the lines and things you hear from NPCs in the game, and to help, basically add some variety to the stuff you'll hear in missions and similar actions in the world. So, thoughts on Ubisoft Ghostwriter AI?
I don't hate it for like things like when you're walking down the street and like the random GTA NPC says something extremely wild. I think it kind of sucks because I mean we'll see what happens, right? Like we'll see, like if writers have been complaining about writing these lines, then yeah, sure, make their lives a little bit easier. But I just don't trust Ubisoft into being like we're only going to use it for this small task, and it's not going to have any impact on the overall of gaming. I could see Ubisoft, who is also trying to get NFTs back in the biz, uh, using this to make the next 7 Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah.
And honestly, if they did it and I played them and you told me that like after I played them, I'd be like, I honestly thought it was like the regular Ubisoft team. I didn't think it was in like I don't know, man. It's kind of generic, soulless. Yeah, that sounds about like an Assassin's Creed game to me.
Oh, shit. You hit the nail on the head, bro. Like this is my thing, guys. Like NPC barks, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's cool. But do you really think that you made an AI to generate script prompts and all that stuff and go into detailed lines and stuff and thinking it's only for NPC usage? Really? Do you think we're blind? I ain't gonna lie. You could say this up front, but there's a possibility that they doing a lot more than just NPC barks on the street. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was like GTA, I'd be like, all right, cool, that's fair. That's fair. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of NPC barks. And honestly, I don't even think AI could even capture the amount of chaos that's in a GTA like NPC bark. That comes from the heart. That comes from the soul. That's a different level of just like Florida man offside fuckery. That's a different level right there. Like Ubisoft, I got my eye on you. Got my eye on you. There's no other question around it because I'm like, honestly though, we might not even know the difference. We might not even know the difference.
We might not.
Honestly, that's just
I
insane.
don't think there would be a huge difference to see, honestly.
That's crazy. I was about to say, I mean, you notable characters that ain't even been popping up. I couldn't name you one past old boy from what's it called? Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah. I know. I can't even think of the name of the character from Watch Dogs 2 either.
Which is insane. Which
The
actually
black
sucks.
guy or
Yeah, the black dude, yeah. I was about to say Cassandra maybe. Cassandra, I don't know if that was before or after on Watch Dogs 2 though. In my head, I can't remember. I was about to say. I have no idea. I literally have no idea.
Yeah, I can't think of it.
Yeah. The case in point. You know what? Maybe AI might help. I don't know. Maybe the AI might actually help him. We'll figure it out.
to get better writers in general.
Listen.
Yeah.
Hey. Oh, I'm an idiot. It's Marcus. It is Marcus.
I said that.
That's what. Oh, we didn't hear you say Marcus. I didn't hear
Didn't
Marcus.
hear you. Didn't hear you at all. Honestly, didn't hear you at all.
Oh, dude.
The AI was
I was
blocking you
literally
out.
thinking, but Marcus makes sense. Marcus makes sense.
The AI was blocking you out, bruh. The AI
Oh,
was definitely
dude.
blocking you out on that. I did not hear you whatsoever. I'm sorry. You gotta speak up, Sonny. My fault. All right, moving forward here. We had some official stats that came through for Elden Ring from Bandai Namco, and a bunch of graphics and breakdowns were shown off, a lot of infographic stuff, and most notably, the fact that there have been over 9 billion, yes, billion deaths and counting up to this point in the game's life cycle. So, just how do you feel about everybody getting their ass whooped in Elden Ring?
I mean, it's cool. Like, I literally have nothing negative to say. Is
Par for the
or
course,
like
I feel.
anything overly positive. Like, it's cool. It's honestly cool to see.
It just really, I feel like it talks more about just how many people have been playing these games, over like how many people have been dying, because I think that's like the bigger thing about Elden Ring that I think is important is like it's not about like how many people died, but how many people have actually tapped into a Souls game.
Yeah.
Which is cool, you know, because those
Necessary.
games are like niche, and now it's essentially mainstream. Like the next time we get another Elden Ring, we will know. Like we will, people will all be on notice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
100%. And the craziest thing is, I'm just like, yeah, it just is a testament to like a single player game, well, with some co-op, but still largely single player game or a single player geared game has done all this work to get put in, that more people have died in that game than there are people on the earth right now. Like, that's wild. That's wild to think about in my head. I'm just like, bro, that's insane. And then they broke down some of the stats further. Like, most of the people, I think that the boss with the most tries, attempts, was Millennia, and she had like 329 million deaths. She had 329 million deaths. But all I want to know is, personally, who beat her? I need to know the percentages to see where I'm at, because I need to gloat. I need to let people know I'm better than you. That's all I want.
I was gonna put top 0.4% in the bio.
Oh, that's going ahead of everything else in my bio. I don't care about no partnership. I don't care that I'm part of this group. That nah. I'm 0.065% of niggas who beat Millennia, and that was shouted from the rooftops. That's all I'm saying. That's all I want in my life, bro. That's all I want. Oh shoot. All right. Moving forward here, just ahead of its April drop date, we got a new story trailer for Star Wars Jedi Survivor. What did you guys think? Any new tidbits stand out to you? How'd you feel on Jedi Survivor?
I didn't actually watch it, and I'm not going to, because I want to be fresh if I ever touch that game.
I feel the same way, but I did watch this one. And I will say it just looks like a sizzle reel of like cool shit that you're going to be able to do. So like I reinforced your decision of not watching it, because I think it would be better to experience it yourself, but it does look crazy insane. I'm excited to see how this game does. I think that this is going to be like, if this game does well, the third Jedi Survivor is going to be like a household name. I think that's where they're kind of leading on to, because I think the first one was kind of a sleeper. Like, it was good. It was very well received.
But it definitely was a sleeper. I know exactly what 100%. You mean.
It was the people was late to the party.
Yeah, I was late. I haven't even beaten it yet. I'm close to beating it, and I haven't even really put enough time into it until I want to say I started putting a lot of time into it early this year. And I've been enjoying my time. I hope this game comes out. I hope it's amazing. I hope IGN gives it a 7 just because for bracket reasons. But other than that, I'm pretty excited.
Nah, that's so messed up. But
hey, we gotta be a hater.
Yeah, I'm dead. But yeah, honestly, everything I've seen up to this point so far for Jedi Survivor is beautiful. It's beautiful. I just want to play the game, bro. We have a month. We have about a month and 6 days. I am very, very fucking ready. I just want to play this game, bro. It looks really good. Story looks really good. Again, some of the characters who are again either new and or returning or whatever, they've looked good in some of these show offs. So I am very, very much in my seat for all of this. And dog, I'm just trying to kill people as a Jedi, bro. Give me the blaster, give me the blicky, give me the lightsaber. I want it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's hurry up. Let's move it along here. Let's go, bro. Shout outs to them. All right. Moving forward here. Respawn Entertainment has apparently opened up a brand new studio geared towards Apex Legends specific development. Now, of course, this came after that tough layoff of about 200 Apex QA testers, but they are just moving forward and in basically honing in on Apex development with this specific third studio. So, I mean, how y'all feel about this? That's
I guess
crazy.
it's just
The simultaneous sigh is insane.
Bro.
That's insane, by the way. I just want to let you know.
because it's like I don't think it's gonna matter. Like I think it's cool that they're opening up this third studio, but I don't think the problem is like the people developing Apex. I feel like it's an EA thing, you know? Like I don't think this game was brand new. They had remember how when Apex was like amazing? Like remember when it first came out and that shit was like game changing? I don't think we're gonna see that era again because EA's too ingrained in it. Because remember when we first heard about Apex Legends, they said Respawn said EA had nothing to do with this. This is all our baby.
Yeah.
And now, bro, that shit has been tainted. I don't think this new studio is gonna matter if EA is still all over it the way it is. Like you need to let the chefs cook. But the way they've been moving people around in these companies, like Apex, it's on the decline. I think we've seen the best days of Apex, and sadly they're behind us. That's my take though.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I don't really think there's much that they can do. Like I don't know. I honestly, they would have to surprise me. I couldn't sit here and give you a breakdown of what I think is going to fix the game. I think they just need to do it, and if it works, it works. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, and don't get me wrong, I completely agree. But it's just tough. It's like, yeah, okay, you guys are gonna focus, lock in, but they're gonna be even under more of a microscope under EA's watch, honestly, because that's become one of the big breadwinners, and especially in the FPS space over its time over the past 4 years now. So I know their plan. They want to make Apex Legends last as long as possible. It's going to be this never-ending live service thing. We're going to make it last for they want it to last for 20, 30, 40 years, blah, blah, blah. And I think as the expectation rises for them internally, the less we'll see in terms of innovation. They're going to try and keep stuff very incremental, in my opinion, just to fix. They want to fix it till they find a proper base of the game that can at least guide them for the next few years. And then just kind of settle on that, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Innovation pretty much was and truly kind of tapping into the spirit of the game and making stuff insane. I feel like we lost that when Vince Ampello was left to do other things, or he got moved to do other stuff within EA. When he got shifted over, I feel like that's when the I wouldn't say honeymoon period, but it's more like just consistent hot streak of doing dope, super dope shit that everybody was pretty much on board for. That's when it was at its hottest, in my opinion, is when Vince Ampello was at the helm, and as soon as he left, there was some things that went a little bit haywire. I've talked about this before, but we're well past this point where Apex it's the protective armor, that story plot armor and stuff like that. It's removed, and now it's open to the criticism, and it's been hit a couple times, and now we can see again, for better or for worse, what Apex is. And I would, unfortunately for that case, have to agree. But yeah, maybe the best days are probably behind. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that they won't have some other good times, but maybe the peak of what it hit, I feel like, at least in terms of gameplay offering what we have, they're gonna have to do something again insane and pull it out the bag. But it could be they hit it, and now it's time for a lot of people to quit it. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it is one of those situations where we will see.
Yeah, 100%. I'm at arm's distance with it anyways. I'll only pull up for custom games or some shit like that at this point because they finally added in after so long. But yeah, we're gonna have to see about it. We'll see. Had to yawn like a mug, but we're back. All right, moving on. Hey guys, listen. I have this totally innovative story that I have seen play out swimmingly in almost every situation I've seen it before. So this video game creator named Shroud, right? He's in the headlines with Sacriel and a partner studio in Splash Damage, as they have announced they're starting a game called Project Astrid, which would be a AAA open world survival game. Now, of course, Splash Damage is best known for Arkham Origins and 2013's Dirty Bomb, as they look to build out this game with notable FPS creators. So thoughts on this?
Yeah, like I love the idea of like streamers and content creators having a say in video games, right? I think it's important. I don't think they need to make games like full like consultation is one thing, but full stop. This person is your go-to. Like this person is gonna like I don't know, man. I
Yeah,
just
I
don't see
agree.
the not the dedication, but it's like when I heard like Dr. Disrespect was working on a video game, I thought he quit streaming. He didn't. He still
Hmm.
streams a lot. And you're telling me that this person is doing the same amount of work as people doing in AAA studios or people or small indie developers like the one dude who made Stardew Valley. Like
Hmm.
you're telling me he's putting in like no, it's not his top priority whatsoever. I don't think, and I understand you playing games to the point where you have such a deep knowledge. I think they're excellent consultants. I don't think they need to be the ones making these. Like I just seeing Shroud is working on a video game is not going to make me excited whatsoever. Because Shroud's going to make a game that's fun for Shroud, but I'm not fucking Shroud. A lot of us aren't Shroud actually.
Yeah, I hear it. I hear it. This is the only reason I'm not completely like, dismissing this, to be real. Only one reason. The fact that they've partnered up with Splash Damage, and Splash Damage, they were the minds behind the ill-received, ill-fated, but still very enjoyable to me for the weeks that it was actually working. Brink back in 2011. So or whenever it was, bro. So what? I don't know. I don't know. You're making that face. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening.
No reason. Brink was a great game. I'm sure a lot of people were happy about it.
Fuck you, buddy. He was ahead of his time. Anyways. God damn it. All this negativity in the air. Fuck you guys. Splash Damage, they're actually a pretty solid studio. Again, Arkham Origins was a solid game. Dirty Bomb was a solid game. And I think it had some good life to it over the years. So they have a decent track record, at least in my opinion. So cool. I think that's a good space. And they seem to have floated around and they've done very, very well for themselves with them being able to be flexible between genres, which is cool. So there's that. That's the only saving grace I have for a AAA open world survival game. That's literally it. I don't know what exactly to expect. I don't know how crazy this is gonna be, but the fact of okay, Shroud's making a video game, that does not excite me. That does not excite me. You know what I'm saying? My favorite games are made by most of the people I do not even know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like at least off rip. And the only people we know, they come from that. You know what I'm saying? The Nomura's, Kojima's, they come from that background and they came out, not the other way in. You know what I'm saying? So there's levels to it, there's expectations to it, but I'd say I'm only hanging on to a level of interest because of Splash Damage. Because I'm like, all right, cool. You actually got a legitimate, studio behind this project, which is good. You know what I'm saying? I think that's actually this is probably the best first step a creator could have made. You know what I'm saying? If they don't have the means creatively to do it, you bring in somebody that can, and hopefully, again, you compensate them correctly. You do all that stuff back and forth because they have the expertise. But that is at least a good first step that I can credit Shroud and that team on. Like they went to people and they went to the right people, at least in their determination to make something happen. So fair play.
Yeah, like I just have no expectations. There's nothing to be hyped about, There's nothing.
Facts.
It's Shroud. That's where the hype comes from. It's like, oh my god, Shroud's gonna make a game, and I trust him to make the right decisions as a consultant. But apart from that, there's nothing to be excited about.
You
for the game.
Y'all niggas still in the day with this. You in the same bucket as the day before, my man's. Like, hey yo, y'all there until proven innocent. Y'all
funny.
facts. Y'all need to step it up. I'm about to say, show us something if you're trying to get up that same bucket, bro, or you're gonna get accused. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right. Moving forward here. So somebody with a really, really sharp eye spotted a LinkedIn profile, and I will not name the name, that had some interesting information. It stated the user's involvement on an unannounced FromSoft project since January of 2022 in Tokyo, Japan. You know I love me some tinfoil. Let's take a shot in the dark, man. What could it be? What could it be?
From a LinkedIn post, you want me to figure out?
Yes.
Just from the one LinkedIn.
Bro, people
people
were saying that the Pentagon was like an alien headquarters for years off of tinfoil and one guess, off of one random like 3-word sequence from president's speeches. We can do this. We can make a guess. This ain't even that serious. Like,
all right, I'm gonna go with unannounced title from software. They make mostly hard ass games, but Armor Core doesn't seem to be an insanely hard ass game.
Armor Core hard as shit, but that's another thing.
Is it?
It is in its own way. It's hard as shit. It's a different hard.
So it's a hard ass game then. We're gonna go with a shooter. They haven't made a shooter yet. There is shooting in some of their games, but like not serious. Maybe they might go for a like I don't want to say sci-fi horror experience.
That shit would be crazy. Kind of a futuristic type thing. It would go hard.
Yeah, like not like horror in the sense of like scary horror in the sense of like kind of like plays like a Remnants of the Ash, but maybe sci-fi in space. Because I feel like that's the only place they haven't gone to yet.
Yeah. Okay. Kai, what you feeling? What's the guess? What's the tinfoil moment?
I could not have a clue.
God damn
honestly.
it. God damn
I
it.
could not have a single guess.
You know what?
Not my forte.
Well, lucky for you, I have 2. That's fine. I have enough for the both of us. So easy, guys. Unannounced project started since the top of last year. I feel like it's gonna be something known. My guess is it could be a known IP. You know what I'm saying? Either they're messing with Bloodborne in some capacity to bring it through over the next couple of years, or Sekiro 2. Those are my guesses. Very basic, but I think they're effective. I something in my heart tells me we're gonna get either one of those two in some capacity over the next couple of years from FromSoft. Because honestly, the big project that they're working on, other than DLC, Armor Core. That's only 2 that we know of for real. And I feel like one known IP or one known entry in the main stuff that they do is what they usually circle around over some type of development period. You know what I'm saying? When they go in and out of their shit. So I personally feel like it's one of those that's good that we gonna see. That's just me though. But you know what I'm saying? Miyazaki, you know the way, so show us. That's all I'm saying. We got the details, bro. I sent him a friend request and all that. Once we get this information off him, we can get it from him or we can get it from you. Miyazaki is your move. That's all I'm saying. So we'll figure that out. Next up here, we got a trailer for a game called Trinity Fusion, which is an action RPG roguelite about a cross-dimensional warrior who's connected to 3 versions of herself as she tries to keep the multiverse alive, coming 2023 on Xbox. So thoughts on all of this?
It looks interesting. I'm definitely more interested. I'm interested in this game to see where it goes. We'll see. I mean, like, it looks interesting. I like action RPG. I will be playing it. It is on Game Pass, probably the best place for an indie game to be, but not really gonna hold my breath. I'm gonna wait for it to pop up on my like homepage before I'm like, oh snap, I forgot about this. Let's tap it.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. It's nothing crazy.
There's so many indie games too that are dropping.
That's the thing though. Like I think that's I'm not trying to be on Microsoft's dick right now, but it's the great thing about Game Pass. Like this game could thrive. You never know. Yeah, there's a platform for that now.
You ain't gotta be modest. Hop on there, bro. You're fine. But no, dead ass though. You are correct. A game like this, I feel like, again, really would benefit from Game Pass. Honestly, I'm growing more and more in the like of roguelite stuff. I haven't been the most tapped in over the years, but the more I see of roguelites, I'm like, you know what? I need to get back into that stuff. I haven't been like on it in like a good amount of years. So I feel like this looks like really, really sharp, honestly. It looks sharp, it's cool. Honestly, in my opinion, I think I need to have a nice death before I play this. And if I feel
Yeah.
that good about roguelites and stuff like that, and just the Metroidvania type shit, I feel like, okay, you know what? I'll give this a shot. I'll come back into this. But it looks solid though. It looks actually really, really solid from what I saw, surprisingly.
Yeah, no, I saw it. I was interested in it. I think the storyline is gonna be cool. It very much is a Metroidvania, but I'm on the same type time. Like I still haven't even played Metroid Dread,
Mm-hmm.
and like that's a game that I bought $60. Like
Yeah.
I'm just, there's just so many games out right now. But roguelikes are always good because they have infinite replayability if you're into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Word. All righty then. Next up here, we got a ton of new info and an influx of positive reviews for Redfall ahead of its release, including indications of strong single player and multiplayer support and smoothness, a lot of comparisons to Far Cry, strong level design, a lot of progress towards removing that always online requirement, so backtracking on that report that we saw, and in-game costume finds, which means there's no microtransactions or in-game store available at all in this game. So again, a lot of just positive reviews, a lot of positive traction for Redfall and what a lot of people got their hands on. So how did you feel about what you guys saw and seen from all these previews?
A lot of people are walking away happy, which is something that I didn't really expect too much from that game. Like I think when we all found out about it being similar to something like Back for Blood, we kind of wrote it off as like, oh, another multiplayer shooter that's gonna be cool for a week, die off real soon. And I'm
Yeah.
happy that it's not the case. It seems like people are having a good time, but I'm also not really super convinced myself because they didn't invite my ass, so I can't tell you because I didn't play it. But it
Yeah.
looks interesting. I mean, again, Game Pass, it will thrive, hopefully.
Yeah. No, I hear
Yeah,
that.
it's definitely the place for a game like that to do. It did look good though. It did exceed like expectations, I guess. I definitely didn't think people were gonna walk away like that impressed.
This is now a seminar in the Holy Church of the Game Pass. All rise.
Honestly,
All rise.
honestly.
As we pray to Philly Spencer. You know what I'm saying? Everybody get in here. Bow your head. You know what I'm saying? For but nah. I will say I'm one surprised at the positive reviews. I can put my hands up and say, yeah, I wasn't expecting much from this, but I feel like it's Arcane, so maybe there's a bit of a bit more solidity when it comes to just being more cohesive map, a more engaging map, and just some of the abilities with characters. That was one of the things I was worried about, just kind of like what is that difference between characters as you jumping into multiplayer, and again, just how involved are you going to be in that map? Is it just like simple POIs, or is it just like pretty basic stuff? But things look pretty lively. It looks like a really, really varied environment, and again, just it looks like there's a lot of variety and just differentiation between those classes that you can jump in and jump out with. So I'm actually a little bit more interested to play this. Again, I was going to try day one still, regardless of whatever, because it comes out day one on Game Pass near my birthday. So I was like, all right, it's automatic. I'm gonna give it a shot. But I'm actually very pleased and surprised with all these previews. So it's looking good to me, And people are they were also talking about how the gunplay was really good as well, which is a big bonus. A game full of guns, I need that gunplay to be really, really smooth, really, really punchy, and it seems like a lot of people they nailed it. So again, kudos to Arcane, bro. They might have done their business again with this one. So we'll see on May 2nd. We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, for real.
All right. So we finally have a follow-up on IO Interactive's James Bond project after a couple of years of silence. But since Hitman has gone on hiatus, IO has turned their attention to Project 007 and stated this is going to be an origin story, and they're putting all their resources towards it to make it the best game possible. How do we feel about IO taking the helm on this and making this origin game about Project 007?
I don't trust anyone else to do it.
Yeah.
Everyone listening to the pod already knows I'm an IO fanboy. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Yeah,
I
IO
think it's
shield.
gonna be sick. I think it's gonna be sick. I'm a little bit. I'm not even concerned. Honestly, I think they're gonna cook. Like I'm also not very concerned because the thing is like, for me at least, worst case scenario, we get another James Bond game that's bad. We've been there before. We all know what that's like. Or we get a good James Bond game, and that sounds kind of hard. One that, especially if it's not connected to one of the movies, because I think that's always been what's been holding it back. Is they always try to like plug it up next to the movie. It's like, man,
Yeah,
it's never gonna compare.
that never worked, never will. I'm sorry. That shit is that's just dead. That's just dead to me, bro. Yeah, honestly, when you think about a James Bond game and just how that's set up, like, you know, just the action of it, the grandiose, even some of the stealth parts, like IO really is built to make this game. IO literally naturally built up their resume through Hitman and how they rebuilt the series over the past several years, how they've revived that series and made it one of the, you know, one of the most cohesive, one of the most, you know, beloved, one of the most solid experiences I've seen in a minute. Like, that was a really big comeback story. Hitman really like came back and dropped heat after heat after heat from that remake, and they've been going strong ever since. So if there's anybody I could tap on the shoulder to say, hey, listen, you guys get 007. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? You get it? Only person would be IO. I agree with that 100%. Now, with the open berth that is making a 007 game, there are a couple of things that I think should be there to make this as good a game as possible. So one, if you're making a James Bond game, I feel like there has to be some dialogue and a character and a face behind 007 himself. You can make it an in-game character. You can make it a Yuri Lowenthal and Spider-Man type of thing. Cool. Do what you need to do. But that Bond needs to have a voice. That Bond needs to have a face. That Bond needs to have a personality. There has to be
character customization, please.
No character customization. No character custom. I feel like there has to be something with it. No blank voice lines. You know what I'm saying? No, nothing like that. I need to have
definitely needs to have a personality.
Yeah, it needs to have a specific personality. You know what I'm saying? Like an actual thing. You know what I'm saying? Actual voice lines, monologues, all that stuff like that. Interactability with the world, all that stuff. You need to have the suaveness of James Bond. That you need to be able to transmit that character through, again, whatever you're playing as, through the interactability into the game. Into the game. You need to have that through the game, through the TV screen. People feel like they're Bond. That's what we need to have. That's step number one. I feel like that's already being taken care of to a certain extent. If they're going that route, if they don't, it's a big miss for me. But if they are, and I feel like that's a big thing that I forgot the name of the parent company, but the people who own the Bond's IP, like, they're very protective over James Bond. So they're like, you know, not jumping the gun of giving it up. So maybe that dialogue between them and IO hopefully can bring that out. And also everything else, everything else is covered. Gunplay, gameplay, visuals.
Like you know it's gonna be
a
got good that feeling looking game already.
IO got that down pat. I don't need to worry about any of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just make a narrative, make a character, make a character with some personality, characterization, all that stuff. Make a full-fledged protagonist that you can get behind as Bond. And I'll say this one last thing. Might not be as important to other people, but it would be a nice to have for me. If we could throw some multiplayer in this, I ain't gonna lie. Just like a little side mode. Hey, shut the fuck up. Hey, let me work. Let me talk. IO, let's just chat for a second. IO, listen, I love your work. You be doing a lot of good stuff, man. You know, people been, you know, waiting. Streets been waiting for just like something good multiplayer wise. It's something fun to get into, man. The multiplayer scene's a little bit stale right now, if I'm gonna be honest.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? Like it could use some of that GoldenEye type magic, some of that, you know what I'm saying? Throwing the hat type magic. That's all I'm saying. So you can
flops. Everyone blame Tripp.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Hey, man.
We diverted a lot of our resources to a 007 GoldenEye type vibe because we felt like there just aren't enough first-person shooters on the market right now.
I didn't say first-person shooters. They could literally clone what's the name? I'm just saying a multiplayer experience, not even first-person like GoldenEye type. They could make it like what's the name? Max Payne 3 multiplayer. That joint was fun. Max Payne 3 multiplayer is fun. I don't care what anybody says. If they can make it,
you know what they should do?
Anywhere in that inkling, That's a fire game. That's a fire game plus a multiplayer experience on top of that. So
You know it would be sick
mm,
if the multiplayer was there's a target on the map and you have to kill the target. Like so let's say like like 4 of you load into a medium-sized map.
oh, like
There's a target. There's a target in a
like
scenario.
an AC, well, not exactly like an AC Brotherhood multiplayer game, but kind of like that, where it's like, okay, you have an NPC target or whatever, and like the first person that gets to him wins without all the points and stuff like that. I hear it. That's actually fire.
But just in the modern settings, like, and it's like if you do anything sus, like there's a meter to it. You can only make so many mistakes.
And then they catch you out. That's fire. That's actually fire. If it's 4 operatives, like, you know, like all the MI6 agents or whatever, and like y'all drop in and you literally have that, like, again, like literally that meter where it's like, okay, your cover's blown, you got to get out of there. You can't achieve the objective, or people just have their different methods of doing it. That joint will be fire. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think that'd be sick.
Listen, man. Listen.
It's like you can sabotage each other, but you just can't get caught.
Yeah.
That would be so sick.
Ayo, talk to us. Ayo, talk to us, please, bro. You see Shroud paying out the wazoo to get a game done. He didn't even have ideas off the rip, man. We got stuff packed, ready, locked, and loaded, shaken, not stirred for you, man. Like, come on, tap in. Tap in. We got ideas for this, bro. We have ideas. Stop playing, bro. But yeah, all in all, I think whatever IO's gonna do is gonna be great. So I'm locked in for whatever IO drops. Deadass. All right. Pushing on here, had some new trailers for Kxng and Lars from Tekken ahead of its 8th mainline installment, and people are either over the moon or distraught that these characters are here and introduced in the Tekken 8 roster. I'm gonna defer to man like when to just break it down for us. How you feeling about these inclusions to the Tekken roster for the 8th game?
I mean, we all knew Kxng was gonna be there. Kxng is like if it's not the Mishimas, Kxng is the second most like notifiable like character that you notice from what's this game called?
Tekken.
From Tekken.
Yeah.
But I am excited to see what Kxng has in store. We're looking at some wild ass fucking gameplay. We had Kxng hitting people with grabs into grabs, a crazy ass combo. It just looks. Every single character in this game looks insane. I really cannot wait to play it. I'm so excited. You have no idea. Lars learned Chidori. Like, that's gonna be sick, I guess. I didn't know we needed Kakashi
special. Bro had the whole Kakashi special in there. I was like, what?
Interesting, because both of those games are made by Bandai, but hey, we're not gonna say anything about where they're getting their inspirations from. But all in all, it's just a great showing. I'm happy that we got the Lars. I believe it's like on a 1-week basis now. Like, they're showing us a lot of characters. I can't wait. One thing that a lot of people have been noticing, and I didn't notice until now, is like we haven't seen a lot of the female characters recently, and it's something that I am kind of like,
what's up?
A little upset about, because it's like we have some really good
we caught Nina.
female characters.
We caught Nina, and that was it, right?
Yeah, Nina was like the first one, but we haven't seen like so many, like half the roster is female. So it's just like, damn, son. At one point, when are we gonna see some women? But it is what it is, I suppose. Some people, I mean, I'm so happy to get some content. I'm so happy to see this game, in general. Like, I never even expected this to be a thing. I thought they announced Tekken 8 just because Street Fighter 6 was like what came out, and they were like, oh shit, we need something. But now, like, this is actually looking really good. I wasn't expecting this to be as good of a release as it is. I can't even talk today. As good of a rollout as it is today. Like, it's really sick. And we, the gaming fans, the fighting game fans, we're eating a lot.
I was about to say he was stumbling over his words. He was thinking of them Kxng grabs. He was like, yeah, nah, fuck.
Bro, Kxng has the crazy grabs. Lars just looks like a headache. I watched that trailer and thought to myself, man, this guy is gonna piss me off.
So where do I sign up? Where's the alpha?
Exactly. I was just like, oh, this is gonna be horrible. I just can't wait to see my main. When I see Miguel pop up, I promise you will be sick of me.
I hear it. Kxng, how'd you feel about Lars and Kxng in the Tekken stuff from what you saw?
Yeah, I can't wait.
This fucking guy. You could feel the insincerity pop up through his face. You could feel it.
I can't wait to get pummeled by Wait, pause.
Hey. Hey, yeah. We're not editing any of these. None.
I can't wait for when to teach me the ropes when I buy this game.
I'll show everybody how to play Tekken. I am excited. I'm telling you, the fighting game revolution is now. If there's a time to get into fighting games, it's now before it gets super stale and everybody's like, damn, look at all these good ass players. You want to start now because it's almost like it feels like a reset because you have Street Fighter coming out and Tekken coming out. Like these legacy titles are getting new life brought into them and they're changing some major systems. Like now is the time to learn.
Yeah. Nah, he's not wrong. You heard it here, bro. From our fighting game correspondent, bro. You heard it here first. Stop playing with him. All right. So out of nowhere, we had some brand new gameplay trailer for Hyperlight Breaker, which is the successor to 2.5D game Hyperlight Drifter, and it's taking that full transition into 3D with brand new visuals and mechanics. So thoughts on all of this?
I'll let Wen go first.
Nah, like it's not even like a bad thing. It's one of those like I see it and I'm like, damn man, I really missed this game. Like I missed it, not like I played it, like I literally missed this game. And I need to go back to the first game, but it was one of those games where like I saw it and I was like, this is like early in the PS4 days. I feel like the first game came out, or at least that I remember it on my PS4 and being like, this looks insane. I've never seen a game like this. Like that PS4 era was when I started really getting into indie games and realizing that like, this is like these games are made by like small people, but they have such high quality. And this was one of those games. So I'm excited that this game is getting a sequel, and I cannot wait to play it. But I definitely got to tap into the first one. But the beauty about indie games is that you can play them. You can beat them in like a weekend. Like you don't have to worry about locking in 60 hours.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. I can't even lie to you. The one thing I will say about this is I find it really dope how continuity plays such a factor in this game. Again, going from 2D or 2.5D, whatever you want to call it, to straight up 3D. Like this is a ridiculously big leap in terms of what we saw in Hyperlight Drifter and in Hyperlight Breaker. Like this is, to people who haven't seen Hyperlight Drifter, again, it's like almost near like top down, like, you know what I'm saying, like the 2D style, like pixelated, like it was older, it was, you know, older in tone, but this looks like a ridiculous jump. But the one thing I love about this is it feels familiar, even though it's a completely different plane. Like it feels like they just know where they have such confidence in their style, in the world, in the characters, in what they're building, that it still looks recognizable. You know what I'm saying? It's a completely different plane, completely different. It's 3D, all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of stuff added to it. You know, graphics are different. You know what I'm saying? Completely different ball game, but it still feels Hyperlight. It still feels Hyperlight, and I think that's the dopest thing that I saw from, like, you know, like that jump from the first gameplay to the, you know, this trailer that we got with Hyperlight Breaker. So, damn, it's looking good. It's looking good, and early access this fall. I mean, what more do you want? What more do you want? This is gonna be, again, another really solid game.
Yeah, I'm excited. But I still need to play the first one. That's what sucks. Like you're excited to see this like succeed, but I can't be a part of that story till I beat the first one.
Where I hear it. I hear it. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got time for, man. That's what time is for. So, yeah. I'm about to say, wait, can you say he's gonna let Wen go first? And then this man never said it.
Because I was just listening to you guys, and I was like, you guys' opinions are way more structured than mine. You guys are going in depth. I'm like, yo, this game looks cool.
That's all we need. That's all we need. I'm dead. All right. That's fair. That's fair. All right. Moving on to a topic you may know a little bit more about, King. After this talk we had about Battlefield 2042 last week, about how they're improving, it's been a little bit of a coding leak or, you know, divulgence of information. It basically seems like there's going to be a year 2 upgrade of support coming around, which again suggests a potential wave of, you know, new updates and just support changes and just a whole bunch of stuff that could be coming in official formats in the next year. So, I mean, thoughts on Battlefield 2042 year 2 allegedly?
I actually don't know like about a whole ton of information about this. But I think from what we've seen and the way they've come back to life, I mean, I mean, come on. I was just playing with Wen and he was smiling. He was laughing, you know? Yes, he's gonna be great. You know?
You're not wrong. I was smiling, I was laughing. I was not paid to play the game whatsoever. Like, it was genuinely just like, yo, what do you want to just play, I guess? And I was like, yeah. Like, it's a good game. I'm excited to see what year 2 is. I remember when Battlefield 5 came out, and I also was like, man, this game sucks. And then waited a little bit, and then I think it was year 2, because I remember like it went on sale, it was on Steam, and the player base kind of grew a little bit. It was just a very good um it was just a very good time for that game, even though I felt like it was a little short lived. It was one of those things where I was like, okay, I'm kind of happy that this game is getting a little bit more love. I think that this is kind of what this game has needed for a while.
Mm.
It's like it needs a resurgence. It needs like people don't know that this game works. I didn't know that this game worked, and I followed this game. So that's what I think is needed for them if they want to continue to be relevant, or if they don't want the game to die. I used to think that they literally didn't care about this game and they were going to let it die. But after playing Battlefield recently, I take those words back. Like, they actually, some people care over there, and I'm happy that they do, because if they didn't, I mean, it felt like they didn't. So you already know how that feels, because I've
Yeah.
spoken quite lengthily about how I felt about EA.
Yeah, I think in terms of what they need to do for year 2 is, I think long shot, but a game mode, a new game mode. I couldn't tell you what, but I think a new game mode, like a dedicated game mode, maybe an LTM even, you know, something that they switch up every now and then, could be very interesting for Battlefield. But aside from that, I think maps is the only thing I'm really thinking right now. Like, okay, nice. We know Battlefield Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 3 exist. Nice, great. Let's move on. Let's continue to bring in, new maps, new cool maps, that have some more like interactive stuff, destructive elements. I think that's probably the way forward. I think that's probably the biggest cry I see is new maps.
Yeah, I hear it. I hear it. It took me forever to realize that after many attempts of signing in on Origin, that I had to download it on Steam because I bought it on Steam. So I'm gonna abstain from this conversation today, but I agree with your points. I agree with you guys' points. I'm gonna see for myself fully. You know what I'm saying? After I finally re-downloaded it. But yeah, well, we can talk about that at length. At least I can provide my 2 cents. But yeah, shouts to year 2 again, just for the fact that they're still continuing support. They don't let it die. And honestly, it can have what's it called, a Star Wars Battlefront type of move where people just steadily come back in it, and it's just jumping again. So long
Yeah,
may it continue.
I think it would be good. Do you guys remember like the last DLC that Battlefield 4 had, and you had like the Phantom Bow and all that kind of stuff, and people doing
Bro,
those
Yeah.
challenges?
it wasn't.
Yeah, I think something like that would be
It was
really, really
after. It was
productive.
after the drop with all the Asian maps, right? Like, it was like literally in Asia.
Yeah.
It was the one
Yeah,
after. It was the one after that. It was like, oh my gosh! It had like it was like snow map. It was like a snow map that dropped.
yeah, Final Stand.
Yes, final state. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, I think if they drop some more stuff like that, where you have, because that was fun. Like the whole community, you could tell what the whole community was trying to do every time you loaded in the game of Battlefield, and stuff like that was good.
Yeah, no, 100%. And hopefully they'll get back to that. So we'll see. All right. A whole bunch of previews came out this week for Atlas Fallen on a few different platforms and publications. How did we feel about Atlas Fallen and the new gameplay?
This is what is this game? Was it like, I don't want to say it's the Warframe game, but it was like,
The sand game. The
yeah,
one
the
where they were
sand
drifting
game.
on sand.
Like,
Oh,
it looked
I'm about to cook.
Oh my gosh.
it looked interesting, but again, like, I don't like, what is it trying to be, I guess? Like, what I watched a little bit of it. I'm not necessarily like unimpressed. Like, I'm not sitting here like, ugh, whatever. But like, it looks fun. I just don't know if it'll be like good. Like, I don't know if it'll hook me, because like the combat looks fluid, but if there's no, this kind of reminds me a little bit of Monster Hunter, at least the gameplay. So I was just thinking like, well, what keeps me in Monster Hunter? It's the gear system and that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
and then the variety of monsters. Like, is this gonna be a game with a good gimmick, or is it gonna be a good game?
I hear it. I hear it. I'm gonna be real. I liked a lot of what I saw about this game. Not like over the moon, like day one pre-order or something like that, but this surprised me. I didn't expect much. The setting did look really good. I do enjoy how you traverse the map. I ain't gonna lie, that's just some cool ass shit. You hit the Naruto run while you just on sand, like son. That's actually pretty dope. The scenery looks pretty good. I like the visuals. If it can, be optimized off the rip, I think it could be a really beautiful game for one. Combat and that like momentum system thing, actually interested by. The only problem I have is when you do like air combo stuff, it looked a little bit too mechanic. It looked a little bit too like it didn't look like you were in the air. It looked like you just jumped up and you did a floor combo a little bit. Like if they could add some smoothness to those air combos, I think that would be very beneficial for them. Aside from that, it just looked a little bit stiff, but aside from that, like that looked pretty solid. Again, create customizability with their created character. I'm down with that. That looks really, really good. Good exploration stuff. Like it seems like there's a wide berth of stuff you can get into and get lost in. I am surprisingly intrigued by this world. Surprisingly intrigued. I know I had that level of initial interest, but I was like, okay, I know what I'm gonna get though. But this could be one of those better things that honestly, it doesn't remind me of. It reminds me kind of like, you remember Darksiders? It reminds me of a sand version. It reminds me of a sand.
one with like the big ass sword.
I don't know. It basically you were death. I'm pretty sure you were death.
Yeah. You were one of the 4 horsemen. Yeah.
Literally. Yes. Yeah, that one. It reminds me of Darksiders. It reminds me of Darksiders like 1 and 2 in that sense, but just the coat of paint's a little bit different. At least in some parts and forms and functions. Like I like it. I actually like it. So I'm gonna be keeping a closer eye because of these previews. It looks decent, man. This could be one of those sleeper hits of this year.
We will see. I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah, I'm about to say, King, what was you cooking, man? Oh, here it comes.
Oh no, I was gonna cook. So I watched like the first 3 seconds, and I'm seeing this motherfucker glide on the sand. I'm like, what is this low poly fucking forsaken?
Oh my
port?
Jesus. No,
but it's okay. I watched the rest of it. It looks
good. this man said, put it in the microwave. We'll do it another time. Fucking. So I can close it up. Fair play. But yeah, it actually looks decent. So we'll see about it. Alrighty then. Notable actor and voice of Venom in the upcoming Marvel Spider-Man 2 has voiced potentially the schedule to come with the game, as he took to Facebook to state that he believes the game will come in September of this year, with commercials and heavy promo kicking off in August, according to his readings, sources, and indications. So thoughts on this?
Does he know this for certain?
Listen, he's a voice actor on this joint, and he said, "Hey, listen, all this heavy promo from everybody I'm hearing, like maybe his agent talked to him or some shit. I don't know, but
I feel like, and hear me out, that man doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. And the reason I say this is because, like, if I was making a video game, and like my voice actor was out here telling people release dates and like doing that kind of thing, yeah, I'm not working with that guy. So I don't know. Maybe
hey.
If he's right, I don't think Venom will be surviving past another game. I think they're gonna kill that man off and recast it.
Hey, all I'm saying, put some respect. They gotta put some respect on Tony Todd's name, man. That's a legend right there. And also, when old black folk got information, sometimes they just rattle that off in post like it don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? They got it in their back pocket and they just rattle off like, oh yeah, I went down there. She owed me $20,000. She paid me back. I got it in my pocket right now. But it is what it is. Like they don't even know they said it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So this could have just been a case of my fault, my bad. I forgot that this was happening. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he deleted it, and he was like, I think he dropped a tweet after. He was like, yeah, nah, no more information for me, no more tweeting for me or something like that. And he was just chilling out. So
yeah,
I don't know the validity. But I'm just saying that I had a very strong confidence, even without this news, that Spider-Man 2 would drop this year. I felt like I did, just because Insomniac don't really work in like the crazy flow. I feel like their marketing runs, at least what PlayStation commissions for their marketing runs, are very constant in like the 1 to 2 month build up before their games, and then through the Christmas season or through the rest of the year that they have them. Like I feel like they're a consistent fixture in marketing once they hit release, but you don't hear much about it beforehand, I don't think. So I I'm with it. I think it is. You know what I'm saying? To the person that has it in the video game draft, you know what I'm saying? Kudos. But yeah, I think it will, and I'm excited to see it coming in September if that's the case. So fingers crossed this is actually true. But not for his job though. Hope Tony Todd keeps his job. Let's
Yeah, I hope he does too. But I can't imagine them boys at Sony are pretty happy about that.
Oh shoot.
The Facebook fingers, that's a new one.
Yeah, nah, it's tough, man. Trigger fingers turn to Facebook fingers. That doesn't work. As we got, yeah.
Oh, my bad. Excuse me.
Yeah, we gotta figure. We gotta. No. I'm saying we gotta find a new saying for it. We gotta find we gotta find the right phrase. I don't know. Oh shoot, that's crazy, bro. But yeah, if Spider-Man 2 drops in September, I will be very happy. I will be very happy. So
yeah, let's hope it gets like a 7 or 8. But like, I want it to be a phenomenal game, but let's just hope IGN gives it like a 7 or 8 for bracket purposes.
You want this money, don't you? You want.
I don't want this money. I just don't want to hear Nijis' voice.
I'm dead. Oh my goodness. As the commissioner, and also getting into video game your draft, just go look up at All for Growth on YouTube. You should find the video game draft. You're looking for context. But as the commissioner, I need to keep this all fair. I still think it's anybody's game personally. As a non-commissioner,
I think so too.
As a non-commissioner, I gotta guess on who's gonna win. But I need to do all the full updates first and go around. But I have a guess on who I think would win, and also I need to make my own thing based off of the picks that weren't made yet. And if I get a higher score than all y'all, some of y'all suck. So that's all I'm saying.
Wow.
I was about to say, but I might.
W commissioner.
Hey man, listen, gotta play the game, man. Gotta play the game. But moving on here. Ever since the official breakup of EA and FIFA, some questions have been asked in terms of what response we would see in terms of competition to EA's football game. And FIFA president Gianni Infantino doubled down and says that their FIFA game will go head-to-head with EA Sports FC, stating the new FIFA game, the FIFA 25, 26, and so on, will always be the best e-game for any girl or boy. We will have news on this very soon. How do you guys feel about this?
E-game kind of gave it away that shit is full of shit. And boys and girls, like he doesn't know his demographic. There are no boys and girls playing FIFA. There are grown men with nothing better to do. The boys, like, can you imagine like an 8-year-old walking? Can I get FIFA 15? Like, can I get the new FIFA? No. Like, my favorite part about the FIFA is when I pay for the packs. That's my favorite part as an unemployed 8-year-old. Yeah.
That's insane.
Oh man, hey, listen, let me hop on here, man. FIFA is one of my unfortunate comfort games, but I do love that game to death, so I will speak on this. I'm gonna keep it a big stack here. As a football fan in general, FIFA is not the most beloved organization in the world. As a matter of fact, it's probably one of the most hated, if we're gonna be real. And any statement that comes from the head of a FIFA, organization, whether it be Infantino, whether it be Sepp Blatter or whatever, I do not trust fully, if at all, if we're going to be real. And the fact that you laid this statement down with e-game and the boys and girls means you have no idea what the hell you doing. And this game gonna be ass. This is literally gonna play worse than any pixelated joint from the NES era. Like, I don't even know if they had soccer games on the NES era, bro. Like, your joint might be cooked. This might be cooked, very much so. Like, for people that are unfamiliar, you know what I'm saying? Again, for the whole entirety of FIFA series, it's been made by EA. FIFA commissioned it. They have they had like the licenses that, actually, they didn't have the licenses. EA had the FIFA license to just use certain FIFA shit. But then now it was like, okay, it got to a point where they just wanted to renegotiate, have better prices, get other people in there. But since they were under FIFA's license, they couldn't use certain people. They were blocked and barred from using other things. And it was ass until now. So just this let me put it in terms of this. So you're doing a school project with somebody else, right? And at some point you're like, yo, this person is ass. He doing very little and asking for too much. So you take everything you worked on, which is 100% of the project up to this point, except for a couple different names and a couple of different labels that the person used with a label gun. You take all the work and the other person's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make something that's going head to head with what they got. Who do you think is gonna have the better project at the end of the day? Just a quick, you know what I'm saying? A quick rhetorical question for you guys out there. All
I
right.
can't believe we spent this time talking about FIFA.
Hey, man. Listen,
my money is on not FIFA.
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like, EA Sports FC, whatever it will be, it's going to be the gameplay that everybody knows and loves. It'll have those modes, it'll have that support, because that's all from EA's house. They just had to go through FIFA checks and balances to make sure certain things came out. And I honestly believe that's why a portion of things sucked in FIFA. And I'm not saying everything, because EA is still EA, but a portion of those things definitely got impeded because they had to go through FIFA for checks, and there were just some things that they couldn't get done. So I'm just gonna go where the gameplay is, and I'm gonna be real. FIFA 20, like this FIFA 23, it's one of the best, like, gameplay wise it's been in years. In general, they made some tweaks that like kind of scaled it back, but they always do that. Every sports game does that stupid like patch where they'll adhere to like a couple crybabies and stuff. But in terms of gameplay, it's the best it's been in years generally. So I think that whatever EA drops next, it will be solid, and I will be tapped in. But whatever FIFA does, y'all on your own. I want nothing to do with y'all. Peace. Yes, we did spend that much time on FIFA. All right, moving on. So the hotly anticipated by me beta for Exo Primal dropped last weekend, and unfortunately I wasn't there, but still I want to talk and check on your thoughts on all that you felt, if you played and what you saw, if you caught some footage on Exo Primal and their open beta. So how we felt about that?
I'm gonna let you guys take this one.
I was gonna say, I think I might be the only person here who's played it.
Fuck you, by the way, but also talk about it.
It was cool, but it was like, so my biggest fear was like, man, I don't want to get annoyed by like the enemy team when I'm trying to like complete my missions. And it was fun. Like, so I don't know if you guys have played Destiny here and there, but there's a game mode in Destiny called Gambit, where essentially it's PvPvE, and you just kill monsters quickly, faster than the other team. And if you can kill all the monsters before the other team, you win. And the other team can like sabotage you by like sending one player over to try to kill all you guys. But other than that, it's really mostly just trying to be the best person at killing these monsters. Like, there is the PvP element, but it's mostly PvE. That's what I got from this game, and it was pretty solid. I was getting cooked. I don't know why we were losing as much as we were losing, but I also didn't really understand too many of the systems in the game yet. And while it was fun, got to a point where like the enemy team came up, cooked us, and was just relentlessly cooking us until they literally at the end, like at the end of the payload, bro. We got ours out the gate, and at one point the payloads like kind of not intercept, but they cross paths, so you'll see the enemy team.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We got to like the first part where they crossed paths. They saw us and they were just dogging us. It was like 2 other people were on the payload. The other 3 were absolutely annihilating us. And I was just like, man, maybe I suck. I don't know. The game ran way smoother than I thought it was gonna run. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought
that to me is probably the most impressive thing.
Yeah, no,
it really didn't look like it was gonna be optimized.
Bro, it was like a million raptors, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I dropped 0 frames. It was bananas, and my computer isn't even good. Like, but I'm playing Battlefield. My computer's like chugging along. This has like a billion raptors, pretty good graphics, and like a lot of movement, and nothing was crashing. Everything worked perfectly fine. I was like, damn, I don't know what Capcom has, what they're doing over there, but they got a pretty solid team there.
Bro, Capcom in general, they've been cooking with some gasoline for the past couple of years. I don't know what Resident Evil did, but they put them in a different frame of mind. That's all I'm saying.
Yo, they're serious. They're about this.
They trying to win the most improved award out here. I'm telling you, bro. But from
all in all,
yeah, go ahead.
All in all, the game, it's a good thing it's on Game Pass. That is the most I will say. It's not a bad game by any means, but if you told me, yo, $60 for this game, I was just playing the beta, so maybe there's more modes, like I could just be like ignorant as of right now. But like, I just didn't get the feeling of like, this is something new that I needed. Like, I needed this game. It was a very fun experience. I can see me and my friends, if they're into it, to play this, but it's not going to replace anything in the rotation. The long-term rotation, it's definitely a fun game, a fun, cool experience to try out. I definitely recommend it, but I could see a lot of people skipping this, and I wouldn't really call them dumb for doing that.
Word. Okay. I hear it. Listen, I just want raptors raining down over the sky like rice or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I want it to rain down like I'm in Shawshank, and I just want to, you know what I'm saying, have a moment of just like, yo, the fuck is going on here? Like, it's really pain out here. But like that's all I want in my life, to be real. That's the only thing I want. I just want raptors raining down. That's really it. That's really all I want. I'm a simple man. I'm a simple man that likes simple things. Give me some dinosaurs falling from the sky. And then you've got my vote. And it's on Game Pass. I think it's solid, bro. And from all I saw, it looks solid. So I don't know what y'all want. I don't know what more do y'all want.
Game Pass up 1.
Listen, game. This has been a Game Pass sermon this episode. I ain't gonna lie. So far, this has definitely been a Game Pass. What's it called? What's it called? Testimonial, bro. For real.
I think they should give us each a unlimited Game Pass subscription.
I would actually cry.
Phil Spencer, you know what to do.
This is it. This is a social cut right here at Xbox.
You know what time it is, man. Come on, Philly. Come on, Philly. Give it up, Philly. Come on.
Yo, you give us those. I promise you, we'll talk about every Game Pass game.
I would
give us those lifetime passes.
If he let me hold that lifetime pass, I would have been from weeks ago, Nick. This acquisition should have been went through. I don't know what y'all was on. You know what I'm saying? PlayStation, y'all bugging. Xbox is the best, but stop playing with me. Like
I'm gonna be sitting there like, hey man, as of 2 weeks ago, I think PlayStation is actually in the wrong. I'm all for monopolies. I've always been a fan of the game. Let me just double check my account still. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, awesome. Yeah. So I am a big fan.
You hear the Xbox noise in the background?
It helps competition.
I'm dead. I am so dead. But yeah, we'll see about Exo Primal when it drops. I think in the summertime. Yeah, in the summertime.
It better be. I need it to drop in a month, like a good month where it's not competitive. Like it needs space to grow. I feel like I think that game genuinely just needs people to try it out, because I think there's a lot of Exo Primal fans who will not play this game and like never understand like, oh, this was a game that was meant for me kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I could also be like, if they missed out on it, like you can't be mad at them either, because it's just so different. It's so weird.
Yeah, July 14th was the time that they said it's going to be released. So,
next to Street Fighter, I guess they don't know. They don't understand. That might be a good month for them actually, that might be a good month because I don't think much is dropping in July.
Yeah, July is a pretty empty month in general.
Yeah, I got open season for it, so we can see. But yeah, shout out Exo Primal, man. Shout to the dinos. Moving on to the trailer trove here. Got a couple of quick stories under this section. So we got a lock on the fact that we have a second installment for the movie Good Burger, with both Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell returning for their original roles. Thoughts on this? But first, I have a question. King, do you even know what Good Burger is?
Nope.
Damn, he's so young.
Damn.
Oh my gosh. Oh, my back. My back just hurt.
To us people who were born in the BC era,
like
the BC era,
Good Burger was a phenomenal Nickelodeon original movie. That like it.
Wait,
it was
what year though?
Oh my god, I can't even remember. Like 90 something.
Yeah, it was like 90 something.
Yeah, never mind. I was basically born in 2015.
In 97. In 97.
That's when it was. Yeah, it was a really, really good movie. It is one of like the staples in Kenan Thompson's career, or at least from where a lot of us know him from before he went to SNL. Was like that was like, oh wow, this is like their big break. It was such a good movie too. What a time. I'm happy that it's happening, but I don't know if it makes any like, to me, I don't think I will be watching this in theaters. It looks like I'm happy that they're doing it, but I'm also kind of just like, I don't think the nostalgia is going to be enough for me to want to sit there in a movie theater for it. Because it could be, and I hope, I pray, I don't know anything about this movie. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's really funny. Because I really do think that Kenan Thompson is hilarious. Like, I think that this will be funny. But if it becomes one of those, like, we did it just for the vibes kind of thing, like we did it just to please the old heads,
yeah,
I'm not going to be happy.
Yeah, there have been plenty of black classics that have been redone over the past couple of years that have turned out to be absolute dog shite. House Party, definitely one of them.
Yeah.
What's it called? There's been several.
Yeah.
There are a few that I'm repressing right now for good reason, so please allow me. So yeah, let's keep those out of our minds. But yeah, I don't want this to just be, you know, just a random sequel. They're doing most of the same bits for no reason. There could be a nice extra extension plot since they're older. Then maybe they could run the Good Burger. Maybe they're like running against competing restaurants or whatever or some shit like that. There could be a good plot to this that also, you know, is on top of just the classic stuff that we know. There could be a lot of additives to it that really make it stand on its own and at least be a decent sequel, a decent follow up. Because I have low expectations. I just want to see Kale sing "I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, we're all dudes." I want Keenan to do his usual stuff, and we can have a good time. That's really my lowest expectation. It's on the floor. It's really on the floor. But I still want it to be a good movie still. So if they can really put as much juice into it as possible, that would be great. But yeah, man, come on now. Shout out to Good Burger, man. Listen, if you wasn't hungry in your childhood, you know what I'm saying? You wasn't really about that Mondo burger life, bro. You wasn't about that Mondo. You wasn't about that Mondo burger, bro. That's all I'm saying, man. I was like, just one time. I know they the ops, but I could take a burger one time. Let me, you know, it's just once, just one bite, bro. Just one bite. All right, moving on here to the next story. As the Gears of War action project, the live action project, however, wall bounces out of development. The team has now found its writer in John Spates, aka the Academy Award-winning pen writer behind the Dune films and the original Doctor Strange. Also has some credits on the original Mummy and Prometheus, and he's set to adapt the story of of Gears of War for the big. Why did he said, "Oh, Prometheus"? What happened? you turned it into Napoleon. Turn it into Napoleon Dynamite for a second. You good? He said, "Oh, Prometheus." Oh. Jeez. All right, and that's coming, you know, as soon as possible. But thoughts on this, guys? Thoughts on John Spates on a Gears of War?
I trust it.
I trust it too. I think Gears of War could be cool. If done well. Like I'm just envisioning like a sick ass shot where they're like when you know like when you hold A in Gears and that like the camera gets behind it, it starts like running with you. I just cannot wait to see that on like my TV screen like in 4K. Like I think moments like that is like what we're looking for. Like awesome. Like I think Gears of War I think is the franchise that needs a movie, not an entire like
series
TV show.
Yeah.
Because I want it to be like gory action fun. Because I think that's what Gears of War is just like a lot of gore, a lot of action, just like 6 set pieces going crazy. It's not something like God of War that you need like a lot of emotional build up and shit like that. Like there are very emotional moments in the franchise for sure.
No doubt.
But like I remember as a kid I didn't have an Xbox, so I watched the cutscenes for that game. I did that for a lot of games that I couldn't play. And I remember like just it literally was a movie for me. I was like, wow, this is an amazing story. Like this is awesome.
Maria.
Dom's whole story, and that's not something that you need an entire 12 episode 6 season TV show for. You could show that in a movie. Like you get the right people on this, you gotta get Batista in this. If you don't get Batista in this,
Batista definitely should be in this.
It's not gonna be good, bro. You need Batista.
You can't reject the guy that's actually making Twitter posts of him cut into the fucking suits.
Come on, bro. If you don't get Batista in it, I don't want it, bro.
Bro said he wanted to do rom-coms and he still dropped that for y'all. Like, bro, that's love.
Bro,
that's a different level of dedication. You know what I'm saying? Like he wants this.
It's just it would be stupid if you didn't. So get Batista in there because he deserves it.
Yeah. You pretty much hit on all the stuff that I wanted to hit on in a sense. But yeah, like out of all the video game adaptations, I feel like it would be really easy to go to the big screen and be a nice like action film. Gears of War is pretty easy. Again, just develop on the gore. You got to get some real big ass meatheads. You know what I'm saying? And just make them go wall bounce a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get all the special effects and stuff good with all the Nashers and all the locusts and stuff like that. Make sure all the special effects is cool. You know what I'm saying? Call Peter Jackson's mans. Make sure they all straight. Make sure they can get involved in that. Honestly, there's so many ways you can go with this. Just take it from the top. Just give us a General Rom. Just give us General Rom as the first antagonist, and that's a solid intro into the whole Gears of War world, the Gears of War world.
Yeah.
So like, there's a lot of like places they could roll into this. Dead ass, bro. I have one request. Do not make Ryan Reynolds Carmine. Do not make Ryan Reynolds Carmine. Any Carmine. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because you can easily do it. Don't do it. I know he's involved with Netflix. I know he doesn't. He got Netflix money now. He's tapped into the network. Don't do it. Leave him alone. All right, you're spamming.
That man, he has enough. He has enough.
Hollywood's spamming him, bro. They spamming the move. I'm like, bro, come on. Get him some air, some BS, man. But yeah, aside from that, John Space is a really good. Again, all these credits all of them are pretty well written movies. You know what I'm saying? Like everything I've seen. Again, I haven't seen Dune yet, so I can't speak on that fully. But Doctor Strange was solid. Prometheus, really, really good movie. The Mummy, I fucking love The Mummy.
That shit traumatized me, bro. I'm gonna be real.
Prometheus is a disgusting movie, but it's amazing. It's amazing. It's fucking amazing.
Let me Google this right now. Prometheus.
Yeah.
2012. I was 11 years old. Yeah, that shit fucked me up, bro.
Yeah. You were 11.
The scene when the thing rips out of the thing.
No.
Yeah.
I actually have not seen it, so don't spoil it.
Yeah, that's why I said those was specifically. I was like,
I plan on it, but I gotta. There's a lot of movies on this list that I need to work through.
That whole arc, like
you guys need to see June though. So it's a really slow burner, but I feel like you guys will be one of the ones that will be able to actually appreciate.
See what?
June.
Oh, Dune.
Dune. Yeah. Okay, that's another movie that's on my list.
I gotta watch Dune as well. Yeah.
Like it's a slow burner because obviously part 2 is meant to be where things kick off in the story.
Yeah.
But I did still really appreciate it. I thought it was cool.
Yeah. Fairsy's fair. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna watch that. But yeah, again, this dude's track record seems really, really good. So I got trust in this. I actually do have trust in this. You know what I'm saying? It's just down to the action sequences and who's involved with, the set pieces, the costume design to make sure all the locusts look crazy, and the VFX team just to make sure the gore looks fire. You know what I'm saying? That honestly, again, we've said this before, but Coltrane, just make Coltrane be the person who literally voice acted Coltrane because he looks like the same exact person who's in the games. That's fine. The Marcus Phoenix, again, making Batista at that point, I'm fine with that. That's cool. Everybody else can kind of just fall into place, get somebody to be the Dawn of Hammer, you know what I'm saying? And you're good. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? That seems good to me. Okay. Moving on to our main stories of the episode here. We had some full reveals that came through about Fortnite that will now have Unreal Editor as part of Fortnite Creator 2.0, which is it's a design, development, publishing application that will feed directly into the Battle Royale game with a lot of UE5 capability mixed in, and it's out right now. We've seen some previews earlier today from the this Unreal update, this Unreal conference that we had. How are y'all feeling about it? Because I'm looking at all this.
It blew my mind, honestly.
Yeah, no, it's kind of wild, and I think that like I think it's going to lead to such cool shit. I think it's going to lead to such cool things. Like I can see so many like people like getting into game design and game development, and just like, or even the people who are already in it, just being able to having these tools at their disposal. Like the first thing I did was send it to my girlfriend who wants to learn video game design, and I was just like, wow, imagine if like I had this tool as a kid. Like thinking about all the people, imagine all the people who like made full on like RPGs in Little Big Planet. And like if they would have had the tools that Fortnite is giving us now, like bro, it's gonna be great for video games.
What I compared it to is, remember when like modders first started in Minecraft and that took off? I feel like that is gonna be like this, but like on steroids.
Yeah. See it. You beat me to it a little bit, but I'll say this. The creative wave for people in games, and then to make it hit such a widespread audience, that format, that cycle has always happened in gaming to certain extents. I feel like the first big instance that I saw it personally was the Halo Forge days. When Halo 3 Forge was popping, everybody was making something. There was community playlists, there was custom playlists you can get from online, a USB stick. It was a weird ass way to implement it. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. It was weird, but once you got into it, there was so much fun. There was so much innovation that came from it. It was amazing. That was a revolution. That was something that came out of nowhere. There was a point where people did a lot of shit with Gary's mod. You know, when Gary's mod was popping, you know what I'm saying, at some points in the day, people did all these little offshoot modes, and even different games came from that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I feel like in that same, I guess, stretch of years, you had the Armas, and Armas became DayZs. DayZs became other things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Those offshoots came from that creative input from one specific mode or one specific part of a game. Next, we have Minecraft, and that lasted all the way up to now, and it's even going further where all these mods and different things are involved in the experience, and that creates such a creative influx of stuff. That next wave is going to happen with Fortnite. Fortnite's already had a crazy amount of, like, you know, creator input with some of the custom maps and stuff that they've done so far, but this is going to be that Halo Forge type of boom, like an OG Halo Forge type of boom, where everybody's going to get so many new ideas and so much innovation and so much just enrichment of their Fortnite experience and gaming experience from this, that it's going to have a life of its own. It's going to have a brand new life of its own. Now, me personally, I don't go to Fortnite for the custom game matches, but I can easily see myself going into Fortnite for only those custom game playlists and, you know, doing that stuff. Oh, hell, I missed it. GTA 5. When GTA Online came out, that was a whole online experience too, because people started making their own custom playlists, and then people just ended up playing that on GTA Online. They didn't even care about the missions and heists. That was irrelevant. It just went straight to the playlist. So this cycle happens pretty much every few years, but this might be the biggest part. This might be the biggest version of that cycle we've ever seen, because the capability in this thing is ridiculous. Like, when you look at that video, there's like a 5-minute video online about the Fortnite, just the presentation and the tools and stuff like that. The first 15-20 seconds, you had no idea that was actually in Fortnite until the dude with a fish face popped up and started waving at you. You had no idea,
bro.
Not a clue.
That was dumb. I was like, what the fuck,
dog?
Yeah, first of all, they are literally changing the game.
Like, bro, like it's insane when you think about it. Like, again, like applying your example, when, like, it's just your point, like how many like game designers, how many game creators, how many filmmakers could potentially be in this? Because you can rotoscope half this shit now. You can go in there and rotoscope half this shit, and then, you know, it becomes its own scene. It becomes its own scene in the game. Like, it can literally be that sample footage that they showed in that trailer. Like, so much innovation and creativity is going to come from this. It's going to be ridiculous. They have no idea what they just started. Like, this is insane. This is landscape changing type stuff, and we're not going to see the impact of this. Like, we'll see it, we'll feel it for years to come. It's already out now. People are creating stuff right now. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, I could make and again, people are going to make a whole series about whatever creative stuff that they find. But like, I'm down to jump back into Fortnite solely for those custom games and just to see what's out there, because the stuff that people are going to make, like. I'm in awe, and I applaud Fortnite, you know what I'm saying, for doing this. Them being so close to Unreal Engine, and, you know, again, them being under Epic's umbrella, that makes them one of the most powerful games possibly of all time. Not even in terms of impact, just in terms of capability. They can do so much, and they have done so much with the, you know, just
because I feel like
the hand that they have, even though it's a big hand already. You know what I'm saying? Epic Games is a big studio, it's a big publisher, it's a big all that. But with the way they've been able to impact the game from a free standpoint, being a free game, how they managed to impact so many things and continue to do so, it's remarkable.
Yeah, I feel like they definitely are one of the people that sort of think bigger than the game, if that makes sense.
100%.
Like, it's always like a state of elevation and trying to innovate just wherever and whenever they can, which is really nice to see. It's refreshing.
Dead ass, man. Like, it's oh my gosh. 2018, 2019, me would have never said that. I would have if current me walked up to 2017 me and said that, his just now developing muscles would have like formed up and smacked the shit out of me. Like, what are you talking about, bro? What's wrong with you? That's insane. That's insane. Honestly, bro. But big up Fortnite. Absolute masterclass again. Wow. All right, moving on to the last story we got here for this episode. The most dramatic saga we've seen in a little bit from gaming is back with another portion, as more news came through on the Activision Blizzard deal, including... let me take a deep breath here before I get into it. Sony's admission that Xbox Game Pass is undoubtedly vastly ahead of PS Plus in terms of share, and argues Microsoft could have incentives to raise the price of Call of Duty and degrade quality on PlayStation and make COD only available on Xbox Game Pass, as well as news of the Remedy deal on Xbox decide to only address cloud gaming services with no console-related assurances offered to Sony, with the European Commission's, not the CMA, backtracking concerns to just cloud gaming after Sony argued that it was much more than that. So some divergence of thought there between Sony and some of the European commissions and the regulatory commissions. We also had some feedback that the UK CMA posted some feedback from 6 different gaming studios. 5 were unnamed. One was going to be it was 4J Studios, who does console Minecraft development, and they basically gave their opinions to the UK CMA on the acquisition, and all 6 of them said unanimously that the deal should go through, and one even stated that, quote, the acquisition will not all of a sudden make Xbox the dominant platform. It's far more likely that it may help to create a more level playing field between Xbox and PlayStation, which at this point in time is sorely needed. PlayStation needs better competition to force the platform to up its game, and this will surely help to do that. And all of this comes with the updated timeline that the European Commission has pushed their decision date to May 22nd, which will be the last of the big chunk of major market decisions on whether this deal is clear to go through or not. So we may be coming to a head on this whole debacle with a whole bunch of information. How do you guys feel about all of this?
I mean, I feel like it's kind of hard not to laugh at this whole situation.
It's hilarious. Oh, it's hilarious. No, this is funny as shit. Let's be real. We can start with point number 1. Let's break this down. First and foremost, Sony just outright was like, hey, listen, PlayStation Plus is ass. Xbox Game Pass is clearly better than us, guys. What do you mean? They're going to just play this advantage. So again, everybody's taking an L. They have to just self-admit something. They have to openly admit something about their service in order to gain an advantage. And it's hilarious to me.
I feel like the whole thing about them making the game worse on a specific platform, as if that's gonna get anyone else to invest in your system. Is that the argument there?
Son, that's like saying, hey, yo, I cheated on you because I thought you was gonna cheat on me, and you had no evidence of that before. You had not
I feel
an inkling.
Oh my god, bro! COD isn't working on my PS5. Let me go buy an Xbox. What? What? Do they really think that it's worth that much hassle?
I think one of the arguments was essentially they would make COD more expensive, but because it's on Game Pass, they're gonna be like, man, if I'm gonna buy COD, I might as well just get an Xbox and Game Pass so that I don't have to pay for COD every year or whatever, or something along those lines. They're kind of grasping at straws here. Honestly, do I want this to go through? The answer will always be no. But at this point, when you look at the numbers, it was funny because I was thinking about that, what they said, which was Sony really needs competition because they don't have competition, so they're allowed to do dumb whack shit that people aren't a fan of. And I was thinking to myself, is Sony ahead? And in my mind, yes, they are ahead right now, but I don't think it's by a lot. But then I thought to myself, am I ever gonna leave Sony to go play on an Xbox? No, no, it's not the differences between the two systems are not big enough for me to be I'm gonna go play Xbox now, even with Game Pass, even with all that said. I'm still gonna pick PlayStation 9 times out of 10. So maybe this is what Xbox needs, because I can't really think of a reason to buy an Xbox, and I can't think of a reason to stop buying Sony. Even though myself, there are a lot of things Sony does that they suck at. They do make a lot of shitty business decisions. Remember how Fortnite was going to be cross-platform, and it took Sony 7 to 8 actual millennia to be yes, we will let people play with other consoles. Think about when Rocket League was doing the same thing. They're we're going to go cross-platform all over, and they're nah, we cannot do that. Sony said no for no reason other than the fact that they just didn't want to, and there were no repercussions to them. If Xbox would have did that, they would have gotten crushed.
They would have got pimp slapped.
Yeah, they actually would have.
So it's I don't know. Again, not pro monopoly, but I'm also so hands off with this that at this point, this is kind of the bed that PlayStation has made for themselves. This is kind of just them being the way they are has led to all of these decisions happening. It's kind of like you guys made your own bed.
The consequences of their actions. This is all I'm saying, bro. we all made fun of Xbox during the Xbox One era and stuff like that for not having no games and all that, being this, that, and the third. They got laughed at when they said they wanted to work cross-plat years ago with Nintendo and Sony and stuff. They got laughed at. You know what I'm saying? They was getting laughed out the rooms for all that stuff. And I'm not saying I want it to happen necessarily, but all I'm saying is it's wild because now y'all on the back pedal trying to make sure everything stops. You know, this whole deal is stopped from happening. And they're on the up and up. Xbox Game Pass got them a far way. They're starting to, put some more stuff out. They found a formula that works for them. And now I'm not saying like this is going to be the best move for everybody because I don't know what the impacts of this is going to be long term past 10 years. I don't know. But in terms of competition with Sony and stuff like that, I'm an advocate for that because Sony's been very, at least from moves that we've seen and a lot of different things that have come to light in this investigation. Sony has, it's not even a false confidence. It's just like they're so far ahead, it's lax, and then they don't even welcome competition. They just want to put a foothold on everybody's neck, and while they have this lead, and it's like not even an arrogance, but it's just like that level of like, yo, you think you above it all, so you're just gonna move how you move, and then that's it. And then again, like Gwen said, we've seen this evidence through several different moves, especially on the crossplay front, on how difficult it was to get Sony to just work with everybody else because even though everybody else was on board, Sony just wanted to be difficult because they had that position. They're the market leader. But now,
when are they not being difficult, bro?
You know what I'm saying? Like, and now it's like they crying wolf. It's like they crying wolf and say, oh yeah, nah, they gonna do all this unfair stuff that we may or may not have done in the past to other platforms. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna do all this crazy things, guys. They're gonna do all this crazy stuff. It's wild out here. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's not no fun with the rabbit got the gun, bro. You've been clowning Xbox for all these years, and now nobody's on your side like that. You had 6 different companies that the UK was looking at, and the UK was probably your staunchest competition, your biggest shot at blocking the deal. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest markets, and then they was like, yeah, nah. All 6 companies was like, yeah, nah. We need that. We need this competition because PlayStation's been bullshitting for years. Like we need them to step up. That's a damning statement to me. I think it's only just a matter of time. All they can do, and I feel like we've been in the same page, or at least I've been in the same frame of mind since this whole thing began. Only thing that PlayStation can do is delay, but they can't deny this one. I don't think they can deny this one. It only came down to the efficacy of the deal and what was happening. And even as a double down, the same organization like the EU and the CMA, I don't know about the CMA yet, but the EU was like, yo, we're only focused about cloud gaming. We don't give a damn about what y'all do with Call of Duty exactly, just this cloud gaming stuff. And then they offer those assurances off the bat to like, be on, other storefronts and all stuff like that, like all the Nvidias and whatnot. And they was like, oh, cool, that's it. And so what ground does Sony have to stand on now to make this look defensible to everybody else? Not really anything left. So from here, it's just formalities. Man.
Yeah, that's at the end of the day, it's just a joke situation, to be honest.
Billionaires crying over
like, full circle, like just going back to it. It's the whole topic is just a joke. They should sort it out.
Honestly, but people had to be petty, so the game got petty, bro. It's video Game of Thrones, bro. Video Game of Thrones out here. But it seems like it may be finally coming to an end by hopefully the end of this year, so we can just stop hearing about this. It's funny, but still, it's damn annoying when y'all get into y'all diva bag, bro. Just go make some better games, people. Let's do that. Let's do that, bro. Honestly, man.
Why are we arguing about Call of Duty, bro?
And this is all over Call of Duty. Nigga, they even like Call of Duty like that no more, man.
Like how? Like, bro, Call of Duty must be bringing in
buku number. No, it 100% still is. It's declining, but it still is. It's still like vastly beyond what people expect. Like, oh my gosh, insanity. But it is what it is. But with that being said, that's all the notes I have on this damn paper I'm looking at today. So, thoughts? Any other stories that we might have missed?
I do not think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, that's the issue. Yeah.
Yeah, nah. I think I'm good. I actually saw a really cool trailer for this indie game, and not necessarily if you're reacting to it, but I can show you guys off the chat. If you guys are looking for something dope to like take a look at, go look at Tenet of the Spark, TENET of the Spark. That joint looks
the
cold.
one where he like
yeah.
ancestry thing.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
That joint looks ridiculous, and I need to get tapped in with the development team. I don't know who they are, what they do, but I'm tapped in now. If you want to see a dope game, go look at Tenet of the Spark. This joint might be like a super sleeper hit. So I'm tapped into that development cycle. That looks super good. Oh yeah, and the Power Ranger trailer, that Mighty Morphin joint. With all the old classic joints. I'm gonna probably cry my eyes out when I see that. I ain't gonna front with you because that's some classics. They showed Trinity's picture. Rip Jason David Frank. That's gonna be a hard watch, but I'm going to enjoy it nonetheless. Let's see. Yeah, aside from that, that's all I got. That's all I got. So closing statements and thoughts, final messages. We'll throw it to King first for episode 60.
Final message. I'm gonna say drink water and stay hating.
Hey, this man says stay hating is insane. Stay hating is insane.
For me, damn, that was actually the King actually took what I was gonna say. I think I'm gonna go with.
Got some hating ass motherfuckers, bro.
No, but it's so fun. I think I'm gonna go with take a shower, and drink your water.
Everybody drinking water and shit. That's crazy, bro. Not like I was gonna start hating on water, but I got water behind me in my shop. Don't worry about that. All I'm gonna say is, you know what I'm saying, make sure when you're going to new cities, check in with your local blood members. So when I go to Philly, I'm gonna check in with Winnie's. Make sure you check in if you're doing anything in a new city. Make sure you check in with your local OG, whoever that may be, man. When I go to what's the name? When I go to LA, I'm gonna go check in with certain people. When I go to Canada, I'm gonna go check in with Jeff Keighley and stuff. He gonna take care of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? We'll be good. So make sure you check in with your OG. It's the stupidest shit I ever heard, bro. Oh man. All right, man. But not for real. My closing statement is y'all make sure you stay tuned into No Cooldown. There are shorts dropping every damn day. We got videos coming that's popping off, so make sure you check in on those as well. I'm gonna reverse the order today. Check the YouTube first and foremost at youtube.com/@NoCooldown. You know what I'm saying? For all the dope stuff there. You know what I'm saying? Check all of the content from shorts to long form videos to all that good stuff. And then once you're done there, go over to our audio platforms just search up No Cooldown Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify for podcasters. You know what I'm saying? Check us out. Rate us 5 stars to help us get into more audiences, to make us more discoverable, to make us be seen, because this podcast is coming on the way up, man. You don't want to miss it, man. When we out here in like lecture halls or something like that at Oxford in all suits and shit, you know what I'm saying, talking about how we got up in the podcast game. You don't want to miss that. So get in here early, rate us 5 stars, and help us grow. Again, catch us on other platforms as well, like Google Podcasts, Stitcher, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff. What's it called? Twitter as well at No Cooldown Pod. You can also check my lovely co-host, you know what I'm saying, first and foremost, King VIII on all platforms. Check Instagram as well. You got some dope content coming there. If you want to get hated on real quick on Instagram, make sure you check his stuff. You know what I'm saying? Gonna be some real inspiring / damn, he really hating right now content that you do not want to miss. When easy at Wotaku Channels, WOTAKUCHANNEL on YouTube, and when easy on all the platforms. You want to check out all of his dope stuff, from takes to gameplays to streams. You know what I'm saying? To I'm not gonna say that joke again. Never mind. You gonna cook me. Okay. You gonna cook me. Hold on. But yeah, no, if you want to check out all the dope stuff from him, is there, and my stuff is at that man Tripp on all platforms. You want to check out all the stuff that I got cooking. With that being said, that has been episode 60 of No Cooldown Podcast. We are out of there.
Peace.